On today's show, we are going to do a DIY double button foot switch. Hey everyone, so had a bit of a change of plans. I was going to do vocals for Bag of Tea. I ended up making a copy for the drummer and the guitarist, and the drummer came back and said, you know what, I want to redo the drums. So I am putting that on hold. I don't know when we're gonna get a chance to record that, but I do have another project. I'm gonna do a DP on the DP08. I'm gonna do a song on there. I'm gonna do full, go from importing, exporting. We're gonna do all the tracks on it, and I'm gonna do that. But that's going to probably start hopefully next week. We'll have to see if I have time. At the moment, so I'm gonna do this one to this week, and then we'll talk about doing other ones next week. So I ended up buying, you can see it, a Laney amp behind me, and I bought it because I'm doing a show with my friend's two daughters, and and the thing is, she's a guitarist, but she doesn't have a very good amp. Now, if you've watched my show, you know that I have a Fender Twin Reverb. Now, there's two reasons why I'm not using it. The first one is, it's not my amp. It's my friend's amp, and I'm not going to even consider taking it out of this room, out of this house. And the second reason is, if it does get broken, if it was mine and it did get broken, I don't think I could afford to replace it. So I ended up finding on Kijiji this nice little Laney 65 watt amp, which is perfect for what we're doing, but it didn't come with a foot switch. So I thought, you know what, I'll make my own. I've done this before. I did this with a Peavey, original Peavey 5150. So we'll start by I'm going to put a disclaimer. This may not work for every amp. Let's start first off. So if you happen to have an amp that does have a 1/4 inch plug in it, and the manual says it's a 2-foot switch, chances are it's done this way. So what you will need to do this, you'll need a TSR, so tip, ring, sleeve, splitter, and this splits into just regular tip and sleeve slots. So you need one of these. Now I've put on here, you can't read it anymore, but gray is ring and yellow is tip. You can probably find these. This is quite old, but you could probably still find them at your local music store, or at they don't have Radio Shack anymore. See, this is how old this stuff is. And but you should be able to find it you might be able to find them on Amazon. Just make sure that it is a splitter. It's not just, it doesn't take the tip and ring sleeve thing, the TSR, and just do TSRs on both of these. They have to split it to separate ones, as this one does. Now, the other thing you'll need just guitar cables. Doesn't matter the length. I have two different lengths here. I'm using my old Peavey guitar cable that I use for playing, and this one I think came with Rocksmith. And the last thing you'll need is two pedals. Now, I bought these really cheap. I use them on some of my effects loops that I have in my rack, and they work really well. So this is what we're going to use, and so let's start setting it up. It's a pretty easy setup. So you take it, you plug it into one, so I can use gray on gray, plug the other end into the plug, so do the same with the other one. So yellow, black to the other plug pedal. Now the way this is going to work is one's going to run reverb and the other one is going to run distortion. I'm not sure which one is which at this moment, so I'll put them on the floor and take all the wiring around. And then we'll plug it into the Footswitch on the amp. Alright. So let's turn on the amp. So amp is working. I have the guitar hooked up. Right now you can hear it's clean. I'll hit the gray one, see if that's distortion. Oh, no. Gray one is, so gray one and this one is reverb. So turn off. Hey. Now black one is distortion. Suddenly it's not working. Just a second. Switch. Maybe it's a bad cable. Nope. There we go. Now it's working. I think I have a faulty wire somewhere. So as you can see, it works. So it is a cheap way. It is a cheap way to get yourself a foot switch if you have a double foot switch. So. But the nice thing is that if you don't want the reverb one, because I don't know a lot of people who turn reverb on halfway through, but if you do, then if you want, you can just have one pedal and just use it for distortion. You just have to figure out which one it goes into. So that's my video today. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll get back to recording once I work out all this, all the mess that's going on. Thanks again. Talk to you later. Start new lives. Now I'm here with no return. I left you a note by the big green urn. If you're wondering